Hey, Eli here. Today I want to give you a quick overview and 2-week review of the Canon 100mm RF. I purchased this lens after borrowing the EF version a few weeks ago at a wedding and realized I need this in my kit and found a really good deal on Adorama.com used, and this thing came basically mint with just some little scuffs, but it works perfectly. I previously was using for headshots the Sigma 105mm 1.4, which is amazing. It's fun to adapt to the GFX, and it's also fun to adapt to RF. It's an EF mount. But I knew getting closer to these detailed guitars I was photographing recently, I needed something like this. I also found it great for headshots and just product photos, and I had some new products I was going to be photographing for a friend. And so I'll show you some examples today, portraits and ring shots and just all the little things that go along with using a macro lens, as well as 100mm, which is a great focal length for portraits. I photographed a proposal yesterday and I used this quite a bit. And so I've got some examples. I put the Polar Pro CPL on here. It can cut some light sometimes. I think it's like a stop or two. I'm not positive. I need to test that. But it was great for reducing glare on a lot of stuff. So very lightweight, very small. Has the SA control, which I think I will never use. Whatever, it's there, it's locked. It's got an image stabilized button. It's got the AF on off, and then you've got your infinity or full, and then you have a lock for the SA control on the side. So probably never use that, but you know, whatever. And then the CPL, I just have to make sure I rotate, that is clockwise, because I did find I would rotate it off now and again, and I never got that far that it came off, but I realized I was loosening the CPL. But yeah, very cool lens. I'm super excited for this year to come. I'm going to use this on a lot of different shoots for headshots and just different things and weddings. So let's jump into Lightroom here. I'm going to show you just a few examples of what I've used it for so far. And yeah, mainly the first shoot I did was with this guitar. This is a Frank Lloyd Wright guitar from a guy named Butch Boswell, who makes custom guitars. These things are about 20 grand a pop. I do not touch them. I just take the pictures, and it takes me about an hour to photograph one guitar from all the different angles and glare and everything. And so this was a big help reducing glare. And so we'll get into some of that, but this is just a portrait from a little ways away. You can see the detail and sharpness. I did bring up sharpening a little bit. Let's turn that off and just see what we're looking at. So there you go, and we'll sharpen it. And I always mask pretty high. And then if we press mask, and I think it's control or option, we can, you know, dial that masking in and see where it's masking if we hold down on a Mac, the option button. Okay, then some closer up stuff. Zoom back out. Just some great detail. I mean, these are all CNC'd inlays. Just ridiculous detail. And this is where I knew it was going to be perfect for shoots like this. Just really getting in close and just capturing that. Sometimes too close where you can just see like all the little meeting points and stuff. So here is Butch's logo inlaid. I think this is abalone, if I remember right. Not positive. And here's the full head of the guitar. And this next set of images is pretty cool. So I'm just going to select all these. And this is what happens when I rotate the CPL. So we'll just go through these one at a time. And you can see that glare being reduced from here to full glare. Those two right there are both ends of the spectrum. And as I rotate, you can see the glare move. So really cool to have that CPL option. I do take it off now and again because it does cut light. But here's just a portrait of Butch. And just a great little portrait, extremely sharp. This is at 2.8. These are all constant lights, no strobes. And here, again, constant light. Pre-retouching, I did retouch these for Butch. We can see the detail in his eyes, just ridiculous. And then here I'm photographing, these are products, well, this is a random one. Let's jump to this one. This is a pocket knife I purchased that had just some crazy detailed grind lines, and I wanted to capture that for fun. I did use a strobe for this with a diffuser. This is a 120 centimeter octabox, and then you can see I photographed this at f14, so we can see what it's capable of. You can see there's even some fall off from here to here, which is a very short distance, and we can see just all the little junk on the knife already from using it. But yeah, so this is just a bobber for a company that uses recycled ocean plastics, and so they've got some products coming out soon, and so we're going to be photographing more and more with them, or I will be. And so this is their product. Really cool. So these are building materials. These are samples of 4x8 foot sheets. So these are probably 4 by 6 inches in width and length. And some of these are 1/4 inch thick and some are 3/4 inch thick. You can see the shadow cast on the larger ones. And the detail, this is perfect for this shoot to get these samples in here. See those lines, and you can even see the flaws where things are melted. So this is recycled ocean plastic and netting in shapes and patterns. So here's a big array of samples and some closer up at an angle, so we can see some fall off. We're at f14, and so a little bit of fall off, barely. And these are all strobe, just direct light from here over. And then, yeah, same with this one. You can see the details on the edges where it was cut. And then I photographed a proposal. And so here we can see this beautiful ring. This is where it really shines for weddings. No pun intended. And this is zoomed in. I mean, this is ridiculous. You can see like the little flaws that, you know, are probably on some chart somewhere. But yeah, ridiculous. Just so cool. There's so much detail there. And then a portrait. And just the fall off's wonderful at 100mm. I think it's just great. There's no distortion. Just wonderful. And up closer, the same scene. Wonderful detail. And then just some random shots of the ring. And it was able to acquire focus really well with the R5 II. And at times I would take it to single shot just so it wouldn't bounce around on continuous. But again, you can see all those details. And hand in the sage, just kind of giving some nice color contrast for the scene. And then a couple portraits. These are pre-retouched. So these are raw images. And yeah, just great detail. So all in all, super happy I bought this. I do think it's a pretty darn good bargain. Even new, I think it's a good deal. I mean, some of these lenses that are coming from Canon are outrageously priced, but this one here, I think I'm definitely gonna get my money's worth over the next few years and beyond. It's very lightweight, easy to use, easy to have in my bag, and just a wonderful portrait lens. So super excited to use this more and more. And yeah, I'm not sure that I'll keep a CPL on it. I might purchase just a UV filter because I don't really use hoods. You know, I could use a hood on this, I guess. The hood that it comes with is pretty stout and pretty solid. But I do always keep my front element protected, whether or not I'm using a hood. Just keeps the dust off, keeps the resale value up. So you never know what you're going to bump into. I'm very careful with my gear, but over time and using it over and over again, you know, over the years, things can get bumped into. So you do get that control ring, you get a focus ring, and then the SA control, which, like I said, I probably never use. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this is helpful for you in making your purchase decision. I think that the EF version is just, you're going to get them so cheap, but this did have the little added features for me to bump it up to the RF, and not having an adapter, having it lighter weight. And I'm not sure that that's actually accurate, but it feels so light. And then I think you can get a little closer with this lens as well. And I just know that RF is so good. So when you compare to EF, it's just that little extra bump. You can tell it was designed for the mirrorless system. And so I'm excited now to venture out and try the new 24, 35, and 50. I'm headed to Vegas next week. I'm definitely bringing a camera body with no lenses, just so I can go and test those and play with them. And then I'll bring my Fuji as well. So just for capturing moments and having a good time. Thanks for watching. And if you're in Vegas, say hey, you know, if you do watch these videos, and say what's up. That'd be cool to meet anyone who enjoys these videos. So have a good one, and I'll catch you later. See you.